What's up, chat? Welcome back to my channel. holliebbtv here, and I'm still bringing you lots of island living coverage. Today, I wanted to give you kind of a review of sorts of the Create a Sim items that are new to this pack. So during early access, I went over every single item, every single squatch of both CAS and Build Buy on my Twitch stream. Yeah, I did that. And it took about 10 hours to go through everything in CAS and Build Buy. What can I say? I'm just a very thorough reviewer. I chatted about my thoughts during the stream. However, it would probably be great to condense my thoughts into a video since some of you don't have time to watch that much of me live. I need to preface this by saying, when I saw the trailer, I thought I was going to hate the majority of CAS. Okay, I know hate is probably a strong word, so maybe dislike would be, you know, the right word to use. But I don't know why. The trailer just wasn't doing it for me, Create a Sim wise. But let me tell you, I was pleasantly surprised when I started going through everything. The hairs are really good. I didn't have much bad to say about them, except for some of the questionable color choices on some of them. But that's as per usual for one of my reviews. I'm in love with the undone and textured natural hairs, and they really fit the vibe of this pack. As for the cons, I thought that the coloring options for the multicolored hairs were really weird, especially the ones which appear to be roots that have grown out, like for the fashion colors. I do like the concept, but not necessarily the execution in this case. Most of them do work, so don't let your dreams be memes. But the fashion color swatches are the ones that really threw me. The longer curly style, I feel has a better blend with the roots, but I still feel it has a similar problem. I realize that this is extremely picky of me, and I in no way think that these hairs are terrible. I just feel like they could have been improved just a smidgen. But overall, for me, the hairs in this pack are like 9 out of 10. Moving on to accessories, I was actually pretty surprised to see that there weren't any sunglasses. The accessories that we did get, though, are definitely on point. I have no complaints about the accessories, but I really would have liked to see a couple of sunglasses and some piercings. A nose piercing would have fit this pack so well, in my opinion. Like one of those middle nose piercings. I don't actually know what they're called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But for me, the accessories get an 8 out of 10, only because I feel that there were some missed opportunities. Headwear is next, and I definitely appreciate that they wanted to do something other than a hat. Like, I feel like we do have lots of hats and a few sun hats and all that. But honestly, it's really hard to make this type of headwear look good on a sim. I think it's the angle that these wraps are laid. It makes it look a little awkward, sort of like it's sitting on top of the head rather than, you know, nestled on the head. But I'm assuming it has to do with the mapping for the ears. So technically I can understand why they look like this, but I just have a hard time making them actually look good on my Sims. It doesn't look too bad on like the fuller hairstyles, like the poofier ones, but it is kind of diaperish, to be honest. And the scuba diving mask looks pretty cool though. But overall for me, these head accessories get a 5 out of 10. I know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. They're not doing it for me. So next we have the makeup. The makeup is pretty cool. I love the paint splatter look. Also you have the scaly one, which is good for mermaids. I really wouldn't expect much makeup in this pack like this, but honestly, I love the paint splatter. So I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. The feminine style clothing was really nice. The colors are really bright and pretty. The patterns are really nice. And this is coming from someone who rarely likes patterns in this game. The overall vibe of the clothing fit the pack really well. I feel like there was a lot of options, and I do really like the traditional style clothing as well. The male clothing was nice too. I was expecting the masculine clothing to be fewer in objects as the feminine. And I mean, that was true. But honestly, that's nothing new. Usually that's the way it goes for the masculine style clothing. I felt that this t-shirt in particular was most at a place, but it's not a bad piece or anything. I just felt it didn't really fit the pack. I love the jean shorts. Those jorts are so manly and sexy. I wish there was a shorter version, though, for the ladies. That's one thing I really missed as well. I honestly have no complaints about the clothes for the male Sims and the female adult Sims, except for maybe I really wish that the males had a little more, or at least I wish that they had their own full body outfit. They just have the scuba one, and that's it. But overall, I would give the clothes an 8.5 out of 10. Some of you are probably like, okay, but what about the kids? Okay, look, I rarely play with kids in my game or even create Sims kids. For me, they don't really matter that much. I mean, or at least their clothing doesn't. I liked the kid stuff, like it was fine, but I would have liked to see a few unique children hair, as both of those options are just smaller versions of the adult hair. I'm honestly not the best person to review children's clothing or accessories for this pack, so I would recommend checking out the reviews of other people who have more use for children objects. I mean, I just don't feel comfortable reviewing something that I never use, so I'm not even going to rate it. As for occults, we are blessed with the option to create mermaids in CAS. The Create a Mermaid is pretty nice, and I really like how they added new faces for the mermaids. I love that if you have the Sims for vampires, all of those skin detail options appear as well. Overall, I think the 4 tail options are also beautiful. My only gripe with Mermaid CAS is that you need to switch to human form to add traits and aspirations, but that's not really that big of a deal to me. So overall, I'd give Mermaid CAS 10 out of 10. There's a new aspiration, Beach Life, which is under the location aspiration category. And I honestly can't speak too much about this as I haven't done an immense amount of game playing yet for this pack. So I have no idea if it's a good aspiration or not, but honestly, I would have liked to see another aspiration. Maybe something to do with the mermaids or the conservationist career. It just seems a little empty to me. And, you know, sort of parroting that, I do feel the same way about the new traits. There are 2 new traits, and they are Child of the Island, which says these Sims experience a spiritual connection to the islands of Sulani, honor the islands by partaking in their culture, summon powerful elementals, and reap the rewards of their blessings, or consequences of their disfavor. The other trait is Child of the Ocean and says answer the call of the ocean. Sims with this trait will prefer water-related activities and feel closer to denizens of the sea. So I think that these work well with the pack. And after playing a little bit, I do like the moodlets and such associated with them. However, I would have liked to see something more general in addition to or besides these. So, in my opinion, the best types of DLCs are the ones that you can play as a concept and ones that also add a lot of play that you can integrate into your other developed games. I think this pack would have benefited from some more general traits. So, for example, I would have liked a slacker trait, which makes your sim really not like a career and prefers to do the odd jobs. That's something that fits with the pack, but can be brought into your other games. Another idea could have been an environmentalist or a do-gooder type trait, and that would have worked well with the conservationist career, but you could also use that for, say, playing a protester in city living. A naturalist trait could be someone who prefers to live off the grid and is like, you know, freaked out by electricity or something. And honestly, I think the traits for this pack missed the mark, and sadly, I would give them like a 4 out of 10. I hate to end my Create a Sim portion with a negative, so I would really like to reiterate, for the most part, I was impressed by Create a Sim, and even with the cons that I just went over, I do think there are a lot of positives. The clothing in here were a standout, and the Mermaid Create a Sim is really well done. In total, I'd give the Island Living Create a Sim about a 7.5 out of 10. Be sure to watch out for another video where I talk about my thoughts on the build buy items as well. But for now, thanks for watching. I appreciate the love and support. You can catch me live on Twitch 5 days per week, so go give me a follow over there if you want some live content. And until next time, bye!